Hello and welcome to episode 10 of That's Ridiculous with me, Joe McElderry, and the legend, the icon, Grandma Hilda.
Hello.
Hello, the final episode.
Yes.
We've made it. Did you ever think at 90 years old you would have had a podcast and you would have done 10 episodes?
I did not think that. I still can't believe it.
Do you know what it is now? After all this time? Do you feel like you've got the hang of a podcast?
I'll not say that.
I mean, you did call it a polecast the other night when we're on
Well,
tour.
I had me poll tax on my mind thinking, this is ridiculous.
Well, so the podcast got called The Poll Tax. So we've kind of covered a lot of things over the last few months.
Wow.
And you've turned into a little bit of a social media hit with everybody. We've been on the tour recently, haven't we?
Yes.
Over the last few weeks. We've just wrapped the tour. And it's become a bit of an added dimension for you, hasn't it, when you're getting around the venue and stuff?
Well, it's all right if you weren't busy. When I'm busy on the merchandise and having to give people photographs, and I'm not on piecework, am I, Joe? And I have to tell the people that, and even if they do need a photograph, I'm worried about their cameras. There'll be a lot of broken cameras today.
Well, listen, you're a woman of the people now. You've got to give the public what they want.
Well, they'll not get much.
And you've been obviously, like, since we've been doing this podcast, you have been recognised a lot more, haven't you?
Yes.
They were whispering. Where were you the other day having your lunch and they were whispering, saying whether it was you or not?
It was at Coleman's.
Oh, again?
Yes. Well, I go every Friday.
And, well, we do know that. We've established that now.
And I come outside and I heard the two girls saying it is her. And the other one said, no, it's not. And then she said, it's Joe's grandma, I'm going to ask. So they come over and asked. And I said, unfortunately, I am.
Ah! The cheek. The cheek of it. Do you want a whiskey, by the way, before we carry on?
Yes.
The final whiskey of the series.
I've got it all
Right,
ready.
hang on. Let me open your little cup. A lot of people have been commenting on your cup as well, by the way, wondering where you got this from, because they like it. You'll have to tell us when. Right. Ready?
Whoa.
Whoa. And seeing as it's the last in the series, I thought I would join you in the alcohol and I would have a little glass of red wine.
Good
So
excuse.
cheers. Cheers to 10 episodes.
10. Crikey.
So I've found out loads about your life, obviously. I mean, obviously there's some things that I did already know, but we've spoke about so many different things and the different kind of generational things of learning new things and you teaching me things. And we have had some amazing comments and messages and direct messages on social media sent to us. So we just wanted to say, firstly, thank you so much to everybody that's listened and for all of your wonderful kind of feedback and engaging with all of the content and kind of taking on board our wild humour. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to be wild humour, but I think people seem to think we're pretty crazy. But thank you so much for taking the time to listen. What's been your favourite thing about the 10 episodes?
Well, I've enjoyed it all, really.
Apart from sitting with me, though, what's been your favourite moment?
Favourite moment? I don't know.
I know why you don't know, though. Because you got...
I can't remember. I didn't like to say that.
I know that you said that
afraid.
before we came in here. She said, I said, I'm going to ask you a few of your standout moments, Grandma. And she said, to be honest with you, I can't remember what we've spoken about.
I can't remember what was said. That's what it happens to everyone, Joe,
Well, that's
as they get older.
Well, that's all right. I think most people, their feedback of listening to you is that they want to be like you when they're 90. So,
Well, they'll not be able to remember.
I think a lot of people have the comments have been that they wish they had your spirit and energy at 90 years old, and they've loved watching you.
Well, that's all I have got left, really, because the memory's just gone the journey.
No, it hasn't. Right, anyways, talking about something completely different. Hello, Juicy Couture. Can we just talk about the outfit? If you're not watching, Grandma has got a pink Juicy Couture, bejeweled, may I add, outfit on. A velour Juicy Couture tracksuit. Where did you get that from?
Well, who's Juicy Liqueur? Well, I thought that meant it's like a chewing gum name. What you'd call a chewing gum, wouldn't you?
No, well, two things.
That's what I would think.
It's not Juicy Liqueur. It's Juicy Couture.
Couture, all right.
And the chewing gum you're thinking of is Juicy Fruit.
Is it? Well, it sounds like a chewing gum to me. A name you would have as a chewing gum.
It's very fabulous. Paris Hilton used to wear them all the time. She apparently made those famous back in the day.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad she done something good.
Well, you look fantastic anyways. And
Well,
your leisure
thank
suits
you.
have been a real hit with the public as well. I think people have enjoyed seeing your leisure suits each week. The different designs. Maybe that's the next thing for you, a QVC range of tracksuits.
Keep on dreaming.
So we've spoke about kind of loads of different things, like I've just said before, over the series. And one thing that I haven't kind of asked about, but obviously you've spoken a lot about spending a lot of time with your friends and, you know, going to the coffee mornings, going to the drama club. I wanted to know who your longest friend has been.
Well, all the friends I've got now are quite long time.
Yeah.
You know, been in the U3 20 years and I've got quite a few friends in there. But my longest friend is Margaret.
Auntie Margaret.
Auntie Margaret.
Yeah. Who is your sister-in-law?
It's my sister-in-law and she's the longest friend.
Really? Because I think the wonderful thing is that you've got one thing that people probably don't know because they won't have seen it on the podcast, but you've got such an amazing connection of friends that you've been friends with for years and years and years. And for somebody my age and younger, it's amazing to see that you've kept those friendships for so long, you know?
Well, why?
Well, I think you used to always say to me back in the day, you know, you used to go, if you can get to my age and count 5 good friends on your hand, you're doing well.
That's true.
So it's a good thing to look to, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got really good friends around you that you all take care of one another.
Mm-hmm. True, we do.
So it's an inspirational thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you for once, too.
My God, I think I've just literally stumped Grandma. She was lost for words. So have you got any advice for me for maintaining long relationships? Friends. Not
Friends, not
friendships,
dates.
not dates.
Well, in our day, in my day, I'll say, we all used to have, when we had children, you couldn't go out. You know, you can't just go out and leave your children all the time. Mm-hmm. But we thought about a good idea and it worked. The husbands used to mind the children.
Uh-huh.
And all those girls who are still friendly today used to have a sherry evening in one house and were paid the old half-crown.
What's that?
12 and sixpence.
What's the old half-crown?
What you used to get, it was a big half-crown.
Oh, what, like a coin?
Coin.
Oh, right.
And we all paid a half-a-crown. And we went to the shop and we got sherry. And you just got it out the barrel, you know, the shop. And we all met up. And the husbands had the children. And one house had say it was my house. We had the sherry and we had made a few sandwiches and things. And we sat there and discussed what the husband should do and shouldn't do. And then we made a rule never to talk about children because you got people who want to say, well, mine, mine's this, mine's that. We never mentioned children. We just had a great time. And sometimes we never went home till the milkman.
Oh, really?
And we did that for years when we had children.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear that gossip.
Oh,
you
you would have loved it, Joe.
Did you
We used to entertain each other.
Did you used to gossip about things that was going on?
Not really.
No?
No, we just put the world to rights. And we just, if one was in trouble, we helped. And that went on till the children were all grown up.
So that's what I need to do then. I need to have some more sherry evenings. To
be
fair,
you don't have to have sherry.
We have a few sherry. We don't drink sherry. We drink, I think, stronger stuff, red wine. And if we have a few sherry evenings in my house, don't we?
Yeah.
You join in them.
But we used to have great times. And then I've still got friends today who used to come to the sherry evenings. So that's how we entertained. We didn't have them every week,
How often would you have them?
About once a month.
So that's what I need to do then. Or that's what everybody else needs to do. To be fair, getting your friends round for a nice takeaway and some drinks, it is...
And you're called in for a coffee.
Yeah.
Sometimes. We didn't have, like, the phones and everything. Would be nobody sitting on a phone talking.
Yes.
We just all went for a coffee. And you didn't have to ring up and say, is it all right if I come for a coffee? You just called in. But they are still the same today.
That's good. So I mentioned that we've wrapped the tour. We've just finished that and I'm just about to start Panto. We've been, what else have we done? We've been out for sushi.
Oh, yes.
You weren't a fan of that?
No, not me.
We played whiskey pong.
And that was all right.
You've been recognised many, many places over the last few months. And I even actually I'm starting now, can I just say, everyone listening, I'm now getting direct messages on social media of, I know where, when I was away working last week or the week before, I was getting direct messages from people saying, oh my God, I've just seen your grandma in the hospital asking for directions. And people are now messaging me, spotting her, and I'm now getting the direct messages. So you've overtaken me, really. You've really, really stole the limelight.
Well, that's your story and you're sticking to it. I don't believe that. Right. But all the fans love you.
They do.
I should know I serve them every time.
You do. So, we're going to play a new game. Just seeing as it's the last series, I've got one more new game for you. Right? Are you ready?
Oh, God.
Don't worry. After today, you never have to do this now again. You've got a break from it. Right? So this is Hilda's headlines. I'm going to give you 2 fake headlines and 1 true one that's been in the newspapers. And you have to guess which one's fake and which one's real.
Right.
So 2 won't be real, 1's real. So the first one is, a dog has become a millionaire after posing for pictures on Instagram. Second one, NASA is installing internet on the moon. Why are you laughing at that?
I'm not. I'm laughing at the questions you're giving, the answer they're going to get.
Right. And the third one is, a 9-year-old woman has won a professional boxing match. What are you laughing at?
NASA.
NASA? Do you know what NASA is, don't you?
No.
You do. The space station.
I know.
You took me there.
I know. I'm just thinking this out. Well, I'm going to go mad and choose the dog.
What? So you think the dog's real?
A millionaire.
No, you're wrong.
Was it NASA?
NASA's installing internet on the moon.
No.
Well, they're going to try to, apparently. The dog has not become a millionaire from posing pictures on Instagram, and a 9-year-old woman hasn't won a boxing match.
Right.
So you're out of luck.
I was going to say NASA in the beginning, I thought.
We went there, do you remember? You took me there at the space station. We went to Florida. Where was it? Daytona? The Space Centre.
Yeah.
Kennedy Space Centre.
Yes.
I remember that.
Well,
Right.
you see, I went to all these places, but when you get old, you can sit in your rocking chair and remember.
Well, you've remembered Bondi Beach. You remember that not being very nice.
Well, I know, but I've been to a lot of places.
You have been. You're very well travelled.
Yeah.
I've took you to some nice places, haven't
Yeah,
I, on tour?
Yes. I've had great times on tour.
Right. Are you ready for Help Me Hilda? Because it's the last episode, we're going to give you 3 Help Me Hildas. Because we've been inundated with people messaging in. So thank you to everybody that sent in your dilemmas and your questions wanting the wise words of Grandma Hilda. Why are you shaking your head?
I'll tell you later.
So, here we go. I have to lose weight to be a bridesmaid. I won't say names, so I want to remain anonymous, but I'm in a very tricky situation. My best friend has asked me to be bridesmaid. I've recently put on weight and she'd already bought all of the dresses from New York. They are a size 10 and I'm a 14 to 16. She said that I have to lose weight or I can't be a bridesmaid. I'm really trying and I haven't till July, but I also feel very embarrassed. Should I say I'll lose the weight or drop out of being a bridesmaid? That's a very toxic one.
Well, I don't think you should tell anyone to lose weight.
I agree with that.
So your friend isn't doing you any favours, and I wouldn't worry because it's not the end of the world if you're not a bridesmaid.
I think that's very true. I think 2 things. Shouldn't comment on other people's weight or anything like that, and you shouldn't expect somebody to lose weight for your wedding. Your attachment to your own wedding is not the same feeling as somebody else has towards it, never mind body issues. But also, why she bought the dresses ahead of time? Like, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Going to New York?
Obviously expensive. It's a pricey wedding. I would just say, listen, I'm not prepared to be put in that position as to have to compete to fit into a dress.
No.
So therefore, I'm not going to be a bridesmaid. That's what I would do. Would you say that?
That's what I see, yes.
So get her told. Okay, next one. Overthinking is making me depressed. I wondered if you have any experience with overthinking. I've never really been a massive overthinker, but recently I find myself always comparing myself to friends and family. It's really getting me down and I can't get out of the rut. Do you have any advice?
Not really.
No?
Any advice for overthinking? Well, to me, you get the past's gone, the future's not here. You've got the present. That's why it's called a present, you know.
Because it's a gift.
Because it's a gift. And if you've got the gift of every day, just be thankful you've got that and stop worrying yourself about rubbish.
Yeah, but it's hard if you are overthinking, though.
Well,
I overthink at times.
Oh, never in the world. No, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, but I think when you get into that pattern of behaviour of overthinking, it's hard to kind of snap yourself out of it. So I think what you've sometimes got to think is, from personal experience, I know this has helped me, Hilda, but I'm going to tell you instead, is to really try and break the pattern, because once you start on that cycle, it's hard to get off it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The thing is, you can go to your front gate and find somebody else worse off than you. So that's all you've got to do. There's plenty of people a lot worse off than you, so overthink that.
God, just take no prisoners tonight, is she?
Well, it's true.
Yeah. I think what you've got to do is you've sometimes got to, when you're in that mode of overthinking and comparing, is to look at the things that you're really grateful for, look at the things that you're really happy with, and try and balance it out with the negative thoughts. Because once you go down a route of negative thinking, you can kind of go on self-destruct. So I think it's to try and think of the things you are grateful for.
That's right.
And try and put a positive spin on a negative situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
We always look for the positive here. That's ridiculous.
You've got to. Or you can't join.
Right, last but not least, I always feel like a third wheel. My partner insists on bringing his dog on all of our date nights, including fancy restaurants. The dog even gets his own chair and gourmet treats. Should I be flattered by the extra company, or is this too much? Sorry, I don't know why we're laughing.
There's only one answer to that. Just leave him with the dog.
What? Leave him?
Yes.
To never see again?
Yes,
Why?
because that's ridiculous. If he's taking the dog all over, just let him take the dog.
What, and not take her on a night out?
Well, definitely not with the attitude he's got.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd want a dog. I'm not a really overly dog person, though. Some people love dogs,
Well, fair enough.
but you
if
don't want them at the
love-
dining table.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. No. That's a flawed me, that, like. It doesn't say because you've got a dog, you can't have a good relationship.
True. Well, you've got to get your priorities right, haven't you? Spend time with your dog, split your time, juggle it, and don't take your dog on date night.
Yeah.
I know quite a few people who would take their dog on date night, to be fair. People love dogs. I've been out with a few dogs.
Teach the dog to bring you a cup of tea in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Well, right. On that note, let's move on. So for the last 10 weeks, I've been given new words of the week, haven't I? So, yes, and I know you've found it quite difficult learning the lingo of the new English language, shall we say it. But I thought we'd give it a little bit of a spin tonight. And Betty's become a little bit of a fixture, hasn't she, in the podcast?
Yeah.
And people enjoyed hearing her ring. So we're going to ring Betty tonight. And you've written the words that I've given you over the weeks because you can't really remember any of them.
No.
So I want you to put them into practice with Betty when I ring her now and see if she understands what we've taught you.
What if she's not in?
Well, if she's not in, she's not in. We'll do something different.
All right.
Right? So here we go. We're ringing her. Can you hear?
Hi, Hilda.
Hi, Betty.
Hi, you all right?
Have you been ghosting me? You've never replied to my last message.
Have I been what?
Ghosting me.
Ghosting you? What do you mean?
What's the tea?
What?
What's the tea?
What's the... Are you all right, Hilda? Are you had some whiskies? You've had a couple of whiskies, haven't you?
Betty,
What's
you're
the-
so funny, I'm dead. Are you going to have a brat winter?
Hilda, are you all right, like?
It's going to be a brat winter.
A brat winter? What do you mean? A brat winter?
We're going to get a glow up and have a brat winter. Anyway, Betty, I have to go. I'm recording a podcast.
You're joking. Another one? Right. Okey-dokey.
Bye, bye, Betty. See you later. 1, 2, 3. Cheerio.
Oh, no.
If she doesn't think you've lost Do you think she thinks you've lost the plot?
I do. She'll ring in a minute and say, are you all right?
That was very good, though. So now you understand what all of them mean in context. Does
I
it make
know,
sense
but-
to you?
I mean, all the effort to change it, and the better words are not these.
What you'd prefer to use yours?
I use my own.
Well, at least you've got the options now.
Right. At least I might understand you a bit
Exactly. Right. Are you ready for the game of three?
better. No, crikey. Yes.
Right. I'm going to flip it a little bit again tonight, and I want 3 musical instruments but you've got to make the sounds.
Oh,
Okay.
Christ.
So, 10 seconds to name 3 musical instruments with the sounds. Go.
Tambourine. Ting, 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 ting. Trumpet. Doot, 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 doot. Violin. Is that all right?
Do the
for
violin
you?
again.
I'm just learning.
I think you've snapped a string.
More than one string.
Oh, God. I didn't think you would have done that. Right. Name 3 games you would play on Christmas Day. Go.
Monopoly, snakes and ladders. Oh, Scrabble.
Hey, good one. 3 football teams. Go.
Arsenal, South Shields, Manchester.
Yes. That's the quickest you've done that.
I don't watch football.
Well, you did the other week, though. You watched the South Shields match
Oh, yes.
and presented man of the match.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed that match, actually.
Can you believe it? That's it. It's over.
Thank goodness for that. The poor folk who've had to be listening. I'm blaming it all on you.
It's fine. It's fine. I think people have enjoyed it, and that's the main thing.
Well, I hope so.
Well, I know I am saying that is it, but we are going to come back for one more episode. We're going to do a Christmas Day special. Right? Are you up for that?
Right. I don't have to come as Santa Claus.
Well,
do
we'll
I?
talk about costume options.
Oh,
We haven't decided yet, but we might get you dressed up. Would you get dressed up for it?
depends what it is.
Aye. Well, we'll talk. We'll have a discussion with your agent.
Right.
Have you got any exciting plans coming up?
Agent. Chance will be a fine thing.
Have you got any exciting plans coming up leading up to Christmas?
Not really. Just a bit of hard work.
You come to see me in the panto?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm busy.
Oh, well.
I wouldn't miss that.
Yes. So we just want to say a big thank you. Thank you so much to everybody that's listened to us this series. We've absolutely loved making it. And as you can tell, we've had a very big laugh along the way. And it's been wonderful. I've got to say a big thank you to our small little team who've pulled all of this together. Gaynor, Chris, Grant. We've had a blast making it, and it's all been done from the tiny little shed in my back garden, which has been amazing. So thank you so, so much for listening. And like I said, we'll be back on Christmas Day for a special. And you can also come and see us live. We're doing a live podcast show on the 19th of January at South Shields Football Club, where we'll be on stage together. We'll discuss our outfit options for that as well. But remember, we're on social media, and if you haven't already followed us, you can at That's Ridiculous Official on TikTok, Instagram, and you can direct message us and send us stuff. And also, make sure you stay tuned there because we've got some other things coming that you can stay updated with in the lead up to Christmas. So thank you so much. But before we go, it's time for the most important part of the show. It's Hilda's final words of wisdom.
Oh,
So shall we have a little cheers? Let's do a double cheers. Cheers to 10 episodes and your final words. What are you going to say?
as I've said a few moments ago, the present is a gift. So do everything you can in the present. Don't worry about tomorrow because it isn't here yet and the past's gone.
And there you go. And that is how Hilda
Lives her
sees
life.
it.
And I'm at present sitting in here.
You are the gift.
Poor souls.
Thank you so much for listening again. This was a Mixtape production. Our amazing sponsors are South Shields Football Club and Coleman's Seafood Temple with video and sound from Wycombe 89. I hope you have a great week and day, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And we will see you very, very soon. But until then, 1, 2, 3, cheerio now.